Which leads me into the next story.
All right.
You're going to love this.
All right, go ahead. And then I've got one for you, actually, a short one.
All right. Well, one of our favorite subjects again.
Oh, teachers fucking students?
Yep.
All right.
We like those.
All right, before you even say it, what's her name?
All right. Her name is Catherine Ross Ridenour, Ridenhour. Catherine with a K.
With a K. There she is, Catherine Ross Ridenour. Oh, please. Catherine Ross Ridenour?
Yeah.
Not guilty on all charges. Absolutely cannot put Catherine Ridenour in jail. That's nice. That's really nice. Oh, yeah, not guilty. She should get some kind of civilian service award.
Right.
Holy shit. That's a good-looking broad. I like me some Catherine Ridenour.
Sure. Apparently some of the high school boys did too.
Who wouldn't?
But she's not that far removed from being in high school herself.
Yeah, she can't be more than about 22.
Well, 23.
All right, I was going to say.
But she's married. A married teacher who also worked as a cheerleading coach has been charged over an alleged sexual relationship with a pupil.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine Ross Ridenour, 23, was arrested following claims of inappropriate contact with a 17-year-old.
Oh, please, that's damn near the same age.
That's my point.
Come on. Come on.
She subsequently resigned from her role as a science teacher at Cox Mill High School.
Cox Mill.
Cox Mill. They churn them out over there.
She tests them, obviously.
Yeah. In Concord, North Carolina, where she was also a cheerleading coach.
Of course she was.
Concord Police Department said it was notified of an inappropriate consensual relationship between Ms. Ridenour and a pupil earlier this week. Officers investigated and found the pair had inappropriate contact several times at the school during the last month and a half. Miss Ridenour was charged with 2 counts of indecent liberties with a student.
Dude, I might have to end the show to go jerk my dick looking at these pictures of her. She is really quite cute.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, go ahead.
State law defines the charge as willfully taking or attempting to take an immoral, improper, or indecent liberties with a student for the purpose of arousing or gratifying sexual desire.
Who is the jizzbag that turned this in? How could you be 17 years old hitting that and be like, I need to tell my parents what I'm doing? How could you do that? That's the secret you don't tell anybody. You don't tell your friends. You know when you tell them? Graduation day.
Right.
That's when you can spring the secret. I mean, fuck. It's already November. You could have been hitting that for 6 more months. You dumb motherfucker. Shut your mouth and put your dick in hers.
Yes.
My God, she's right. Oh.
Miss Ridenour began teaching at the school in August last year after graduating from Liberty University in Virginia. Isn't that Jerry Falwell's place?
I think so.
Yeah. She resigned from her role. Cabarrus County School said in a statement. The school later deleted her profile page from its website.
Oops. Wonder why.
Yeah, she's done here. She's no longer a part of our team.
That's too bad.
She's not part of our team, man.
No, man. We're going to have to get a new cheerleading coach.
Right.
Yeah, she's cute. Before she started fucking the students, how many of them do you think were jerking off between periods in the bathroom to her? More than one.
Right.
Oh, yeah. She's cute. I like Miss Ridenour. Or ride her for an hour, I guess.
Here's one comment I think we all can concur with.
Okay.
Are teenage boys today stupid? I remember being a 17-year-old senior when we had a big turnover in teaching staff in the beginning of my senior year. The new teacher were just a few years older than me. I had dreams about many of them. Mm-hmm. My homeroom teacher was hot. If she wanted to have sex with me, I would have been over the moon. I certainly would not have told anybody. I think boys are more mature back in the 60s than they are today. Look at this woman. She's not bad. This guy must be a total moron.
Yeah. But you know what? As much as we joke around about it, you would absolutely tell. At 17 years old, you would tell every friend that you had.
Right.
You guys ain't going to believe this. You'd be, on a Friday night, you'd be out at the McDonald's or whatever, hanging out. And you'd be getting high a little bit, and you're going to be like, you guys ain't going to believe what I did on fucking Wednesday. I fucked Mrs. Rittenauer.
Right.
I fucking got right up in there and ate that pussy. And then she sucked my dick. And I fucked her. And everybody like, bullshit. And then the next time you're like, I'll bring back her fucking panties.
Right.
And her grade book. Or something. Whatever. You know damn well it would be almost impossible to not talk about it. That's the one thing. I mean, in theory, because we're older now, we could probably keep it a secret. But when you're 17 years old, you get some pussy, you're fucking thrilled to let people know.
Of course.
Especially if you were fucking one of your teachers.
Yeah.
That's like finding fucking $1 billion lottery ticket.
Sure.
You'd want to tell someone. You couldn't just sit back and say, well, let's not tell anybody. Ugh. She's good, man. I like Mrs. Rittenauer.
Sure. Sure you do.
I do.
Mm-hmm. All right. There's more.
Okay.
Oklahoma science teacher, 22, is charged with the rape of a teenage student after police barge in.
Okay.
Okay. You need this girl's name?
Yes.
Her name is Hunter Day.
D-E or D-A?
D-A-Y.
Hunter Day. Images. Let's see what Hunter... All right, let me get a body shot before I make a judgment. 6 months. Community service, 6 months.
Not thrilled with this one, huh?
Her eyes look like she's a little nutty. She's looking the part in like a couple different pictures too. In her mugshot and in like regular pictures, her eyes look a little wild. So she's got a little bit of nutty to her.
Look at that naked dude on the beach reading "Call Me Chris."
What? Did I disconnect from the chat room? Guess I must have, because I don't see that.
Kendall put it in the chat room.
All right, I'll have to get back to the chat. Yeah, Hunter Day, 6 months she gets.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
All right. A 22-year-old science teacher from Oklahoma was charged with rape.
Okay.
After sheriff's deputy barged in on the tryst she had allegedly set up with a teenage student.
Right.
Hunter Day of Yukon admitted to exchanging explicit texts with the boy. Once again with the stupid digital trail.
Mm-hmm.
A student in her chemistry class at the Yukon Public School after police discovered her in her home surrounded by scented candles on Wednesday.
Okay.
The boy was meant to meet the science teacher at her home on Wednesday, and the deputies who were given the teenager's cell phone by his parents sent her a message. "I'm here." Day responded, "The door's unlocked as usual."
Yeah. Funny.
As usual.
As usual.
So that just sort of sealed her fate that this was more than a one-time deal.
Mm-hmm.
She also allegedly texts the student should hurry up because her husband would be home soon.
Yeah, hurry up and bang that out.
The Oklahoma News reports that Day's husband is a football coach at the Yukon schools.
Oh, boy, so he's a big, scary fuck.
Yeah. Inside the living room, sitting on the floor with lights turned off in the living room with candles lit, was Hunter Day. Day is facing charges of facilitating sexual contact with a minor, second-degree rape, and possession of child pornography.
Okay.
And she's being held on $85,000 bond.
No, sounds about right.
The sheriffs said that some deputies began their investigation when the boy's parents contacted the authorities.
Mm-hmm. So he told his mom and dad.
Right. Evidence of the relationship was allegedly found on his phone, which included nude pictures and lurid text messages. This is a classic case of a serious breach of public trust. School teachers are entrusted to protect and educate our children, not to engage in an unlawful sexual relationship with them. I am no longer surprised by people who commit these crimes because predators come from all walks of life.
Yeah, because they do it at least twice a week.
Right. And those are the ones we know of.
Yeah. Wow. Well, good for her. I mean, that's really sad. Poor child.
Yeah.
Feeling very bad for the child.
Yeah. Couple comments on this story. Not one mention of anyone screaming at the top of their heads, "Kill this pedophile!"
Yeah, no, not at all.
Had this been a man, this would be the sentiment of at least half of the posts.
As it should be.
Yep.
This is one area that I will accept that there's a double standard that's valid. It's absolutely valid. A guy banging a teenage girl should be killed. A girl banging a teenage guy should be applauded. It's that simple. Sorry. But guys want to be fucked by their teachers.
Right.
There's a whole porn industry on cougars or MILFs. You know, that's a thing. Banging older chicks is a thing. So yeah, but banging dudes banging underage girls, that's a problem.
Right.
And really, if you could get the guys to be honest, unless the girl is forcing them into like some dominatrix type shit, I don't want to say there's never, but there's very seldom going to be any real damage done here.
Sure.
At least I can't imagine what damage could be done to a normal straight kid if this teacher bangs him. Just gives him straight up pussy. Here, fuck me from behind. What damage is that really doing to a 17-year-old kid? I mean, honestly. None. None. This is insanity. Anyway.
All right, what's your story?
All right, so this was forwarded to me. This was a question and answer session from on a chick named Rebecca Faria's website, which I guess is she's a member of a podcast called War Against Women.
Okay.
And this you're just gonna, you know, normally this would normally make my head explode.
Okay.
This might make your head explode.
All right.
This is a question being thrown out there.
Now, how did you become aware of this?
It was cut and pasted to me.
Okay.
The question and the answer.
All right.
Here's the question. Friends in the know. Been researching this and can't find an answer. Is the term blind spot considered ableist? Ableist.
That's a word? Ableist?
Ableist, like when used figuratively, Not even in driving situations. Thanks in advance. They're looking for outrage. They're looking to be outraged by the term blind spot.
Okay.
Ableist. I got to look that up real quick. Is also known, let's see, is discrimination and social prejudice against people with disabilities. So is the term blind spot secretly making fun of blind people?
Oh, okay.
You know, I didn't see that car. It was in my blind spot.
Right.
Stop it. You're making fun of the disabled.
Yeah.
The person that runs the podcast? I think so. When it's used figuratively to describe ignorance rather than something you literally cannot see. Like tone deaf literally means not being able to hear differences in pitch, but using it as a metaphor for lack of social awareness is not good. English idioms are jerks.
Yeah, people take that stuff way too seriously.
What the hell? Really? You're that worried about terms like blind spot? Even blind people don't give a shit about the term blind spot. They probably are like, yeah, that is a blind spot. The reality is any word that you say now is deemed offensive to somebody.
You can't use words anymore.
No. You just have to just ignore it. Don't you think we're just at that point? You just have to say, fuck you, I don't care what you think. If your feelings are hurt, go fucking die.
Yeah.
You know, I was having this conversation over Thanksgiving with my niece, and she was going on and on about, we were talking about YouTube and how YouTube with the monetization.
Right.
And how they changed the monetization and you know, and this and that, and her stance, and she's very liberal, and her stance was, well, everybody should want to follow the standards of the community. And I was like, well, I, for one, have no interest at all in being in your community. Well, you should.
Why?
I was like, why? Why should I want to assimilate with what you believe?
Because we're right.
That's kind of her thing. But when I wouldn't let it go, you know, and I kept pushing it. I kept pushing with the, well, what makes you right and me not? You know, where are you more right than me? If anything else, I create jobs, so I'm more right than you, because you just exist. You know, it's like, what is where does this false sense of entitlement on every word people say and every thought people have come from? You know, where is that coming from? Is that school?
I don't know where it is. It's just that some reason liberals feel that they're enlightened.
Yeah.
And that their thought process and their viewpoint is so much higher, you know, than yours.
Right. See, I'm going to disagree slightly with Demon. Demon put in there, Chris, I, for one, have no standards. Close. I, for one, have no standards to meet for anybody else. I only have my own standard. And I don't care. I don't care if that meets anybody else's. Like, yeah, I think you're the same way on that, aren't you, dude?
Yeah.
You have your standard for yourself.
I do.
You'll do what you'll do for yourself, but you won't fucking. There's never going to be a time if somebody was to come out and say, I don't know, what do you call those shirts that you wear a lot? Like, I always call them like gas station.
Yeah, they are. They're like gasoline attendant shirts or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Gas station shirts.
If somebody came out and said, well, those aren't acceptable anymore because those kind of set an anti-precedent for people that are actually gas station attendants,
Yeah.
and that's all that they can afford.
Yeah, that would be a good example.
You wouldn't go, okay, well, I'm not going to wear these shirts anymore. You'd be like, fuck you. I like these shirts, so I'm going to wear them.
Yeah.
You know, who the fuck are you to tell me anything? You know, it's what happened to and it's where I lose all of these fucking people. I don't understand not wanting to be independent. I don't understand. I don't fathom it. It makes no sense to me to want to be in a situation where I'm like everybody else.
Right. Well, I mean, that even goes back to one of our other favorite topics is that Confederate flag.
Right.
You can't have that on your car.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have that on a flagpole outside your house.
Yeah, because we don't like it.
Because we think it's racist or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Right. Doesn't matter what I think.
And then the people who actually go fuck yourself, they are actually being rebels about it.
Yeah. Well, they have to be.
Yeah.
You know, I guess I'm always going to be the rebel because I'm never going to conform.
No.
You know, I'll never do that.
It's like,
you know?
why do you think you set the standard?
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, because you don't. You might set your standard. You might obey other people's standard, but I sure as fuck don't care what your standard is. You know, I could care less.
Sure.
It's just baffling to me and shit like this where clearly there has not been anybody that has been offended by someone using the term blind spot, even if it's used in the tense of a social construct instead of an actual, you know, his car was in the blind spot.
Right.
If you're trying to say something like, oh, that thinking that you can be wealthy just is thinking in the blind spot of true success or something like that.
Or showing emotion toward, I don't know, say homeless, that's a blind spot for you.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, there's never been a blind person ever that was offended by that statement. They're just looking for fucking other things to twist at. Like, if we throw enough of it out here, then people will start shutting up because they won't know what they can and can't say. That's really what it feels like is going on now.
Right.
They're just going to throw everything up there, and then people are going to be so confused that the weak will just shut the fuck up. You know, it's like crazy talk now, man.
I agree.
Anyway, I just wanted to share that little thing with you.
Yeah, because let's figure out a way to get upset about that.
Yeah, let's be upset about blind spot now.
Right. Why? Because it contains the word blind?
Yeah, how dare you? The B word, man.
Yeah,
the B word.
Yeah, exactly.